Hey everyone, if you are here today to learn something about fixed blade knives, this is not the video to watch, I have to tell you. It's basically going to be me not really complaining, but going on in incessant detail about something that I'm looking for that probably doesn't exist. I've been looking, I can't find it. Now, there's really no one I can talk to because people that I know really aren't into knives. I don't know anyone who's into knives. And the people who think they are into knives, like, they're really not. They're not really knife people. So the only knife people I know are really you guys. So, I don't know, maybe some of you can commiserate with me, and maybe talking out loud will help me out a little bit. But what I have here are some fixed blade knives. And I like everything in front of me. Well, not really this one too much, but this one I was actually going to possibly make scales for and convert into something useful. I believe this is the Cold Steel Dozier, I believe. I'm not even sure. I think it's a Cold Steel Dozier. But then we have some, I've talked about this one. This is a cool knife, Corvette S from Concept. We have CRKT Minimalist. We have the Double Agent from Cold Steel. We have the Snarl. We have some cool knives here. None of them are perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. But a lot of them are kind of far from perfect. So I was thinking to myself, if I could make the perfect EDC knife, EDC fixed blade, because I really gone into fixed blades lately, what would it be? So I kind of got this list in my head, and today I put it down on paper, and I've been looking for this, and I can't find it. Now, I just wanted to reiterate the title of this, The Perfect Fixed Blade for EDC. For me. Now, I live in a place where you cannot conceal carry more than a 3-inch blade. I'd like to, carry like a 4-inch or a 5-inch, but I can't. I'm stuck at 3 inches. So for me, 3 inches is the best. I'd rather not get something that's small like this. This has like maybe a 2.2-inch blade, like the knife, but I want a longer blade. This one, blade is too long. This blade is like 2.8, I think, or 2.9, but the profile isn't ideal for me. I think it's cool, but it's not the ideal profile. I also want a finger ring. This has a finger ring, but the blade's too long. The other thing, too, is it's really not too substantial, either in blade stock or in handle. It's kind of, well, it's a little flimsy. This one has the finger ring, nice thick blade stock, but it's small. It's only 2 fingers. And I don't really like the sheath. So what the heck am I looking for? This is it. Please don't make fun of my drawing too much. So basically, I'm looking for like a knife that's around 7 inches. I want something that's as close to 3 inches as possible without going over. This way I do not run afoul of the law. I don't want to be in prison. I want a finger ring. I like finger rings. 2 reasons. Because this is going to be a daily tool to cut things, but it's also going to be another self-defense option. I like the finger ring because you can use it as basically a blunt object. Holding the knife and you're kind of, hitting something, so you have that blunt object there, protects the finger, and it also helps you retain it. So if there's some kind of a bad situation, you get knocked off your feet, it's probably still wrapped around your pinky. I like that. I like something that's around 4 inches because I feel like I can get my hands basically on it. My hands are like maybe average to slightly above average, so I think 4 inches would be okay. 3 inches for the blade. Like I say, I wish I could carry a longer one, but I can't. Next thing is I like something that's contoured. I like something with a little bit of size to the handle, so it really fits in. It can really lock down on it. Jimping. You know how I love jimping. If you watch my videos, you know I like jimping. So I'd want jimping on the blade. I also wanted. I know sometimes like they end it like too soon. Like this has to be a full tang knife. I don't want any like rat tail knives. I want like a full tang freaking knife, and I want the jimping to kind of go into the handle slightly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Basically, between the finger ring, the thickness of the scales, some type of contour, even if it's a contour like this, I'm fine with that. Some type of contour with the jimping on top, and I also want ideally some kind of guard here. This way it's just a little bit more protection for the hand. I also want something that's sharp and pokey for the blade tip. So let's run through this. And I've already gone through some of these. Blade length, 3 inches. Handle, around 4. Finger ring, yes. Exclamation point. Jimping, lots of jimping. I like jimping. Contoured handle. Blade steel. I don't care. I don't care. This is cheap blade steel. If you buy one of these from Alan Foltz, like the custom ones, he uses some top quality blade steel. You know what? This is, I believe this is like HCR 13 MOV. Like, this is cheap blade steel. It's nothing fancy, but you know what? It works. I don't care about blade steel. Okay? I don't care if it's Magna Cut. I don't care if it's 20 CV. I don't care if it's LMAX. I really don't care. I'm like fine with like 440. Totally fine. HCR 13 MOV, good to go. I don't care. Blade thickness. I would like a thicker blade stock. Like, you know, you look at something like this, and then you compare it to, let's see, you compare these two right here, and yeah, I'm liking the snarl blade stock much better. Now look at that. It is thin. Yeah. This guy right here. That's what I'm talking about. So something like that, that's substantial. Weight, I don't care. I'm a big guy. I'm a grown man. If it's like, I don't know, 5 inches, 5 ounces, I don't care. It doesn't have to be 3 ounces. I know some people say, well, if you have a 3-inch blade, it shouldn't really weigh much more than 3 ounces. I don't care if it weighs 5 or 6 ounces or 7 ounces. If I put it on my belt, I have a belt on, my pants aren't going to fall down. I mean, I just don't care. 5, 6, 7 ounces, I don't care. Kydex sheath only. This is another thing. I like leather sheets. They're really cool. I don't want one. I want Kydex. I don't want plastic. A lot of times, some plastic knife sheaths work okay, some don't. I want Kydex. I like Kydex. It's nice and thin. It usually retains well. And it would have to be like scout carry. I mean, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. And you know what? I'm not finding it. I got pretty excited. A couple of weeks ago, I was at Duluth Trading, and they had this this knife that looked kind of like the one in my drawing, and it had the fingering, and it had the handle was a little thin. I would have liked a little more beef around the scales, you know. But nice blade profile. It looked like one hell of a tool, let me tell you. Problem is, I had like a 3.5-inch blade. Can't conceal carry it, because you know what? I have never been stopped by a cop in my life. I know that if I had a 3.1-inch blade, I'd get some cop with a bad day who would notice it, check it out, and then I'm going to get into a really bad time. I just know this, so I stay 3 and below. This way I'm like backed up on the whole thing. But it was pretty cool. It was like $150, but I was okay because it had most of my needs. Plus, it also had a ferronesium rod that kind of fit into the sheath with it, and I'm like, that's a cool little extra. That's not something I want, just kind of a little extra thing. I don't care if it's there or not, to be honest with you. I don't start enough campfires to care about that sort of thing. But, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, realistically, my daily work for this knife is going to be opening envelopes, the occasional Amazon package, and I don't know, some kind of other things that might present themselves. That's really it. No like crazy tactical things. I'm not going to go traipsing around in the woods by myself, trying to live off the fattened land. It's not happening. It's just basic stuff. But I don't know. I just kind of like want this certain set of tools, and damn it, it's kind of hard to find. I went to Medford Knife's website today. Now, I know that was probably ends up costing me quite a bit of money, but same thing with Medford Knives. He had a couple of nothing with finger rings, but even if you look past that, his knives. I mean, they usually have like thick blade steel, and they're built like tanks. Really cool stuff. But most of the knives I saw, they were over like 3.2, 3.3. Like I said, I'd like to have like a 4-inch blade, but I can't. So again, I'm kind of limited. And then even like with something like the Minimalist, you know, this is a really good handle. Like, I mean, if you look at the stock on it, it's not bad for a small knife. And this thing just locks in the hand. It's really, it's awesome. And then you have the jimping, and look at this. Look what Alan Foltz did. He actually put the jimping past the handle. There you go. That's how you do it. But it may be like a little bit more right here, though. But, you know what? I'll take it. Alan knows what he's doing. So, like, I like the way this locks in. Now, it's a Minimalist, so it's not supposed to be a full-size knife. But you know what? I would love to see something like this. I don't know if he's ever made it. That maybe had like a 4-finger grip on it. And was a little beefier. He probably does make something like that, and I just haven't seen it. If I get a chance to meet him, I will discuss that. I'll bring it up to him, another knife guy. But, like I said, that's just me, like, waxing nostalgic for something that I don't think exists, because I've looked and looked and looked. Yeah, there's nothing there. And I mean, I'm always checking out, like, Blade HQ, Knife Center, GP Knives, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, Amazon. Now, that's another thing. Sometimes I do see stuff on Amazon, but I just can't buy it 'cause it's just kind of weird stuff. Like, it's just, like, there are a couple of blade manufacturers I will not buy things from. I just have, like, a negative view of them. Like, one is Effengrow, and the other one's CJRB. I just won't buy anything from them. And then I see some of these other manufacturers that I have never heard of in a million years, and I won't buy their stuff either. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of gas station knives come to Amazon, and I just won't get them. Now, some of the styles and stuff are cool, but yeah, won't do it. Won't do it. Anyway, that's enough of me complaining for now. I just need someone to talk to, and you guys, right now, I'm up to like 4,500 subscribers, so right now, you are my someones. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching. If you give it like a thumbs up, that would be pretty cool, too. I'll talk to you later.